Welcome, fifth graders. This is your homework for Tuesday, and it's on page 441, and we're doing problems 1 through 15, skipping number 16, and doing 17 and 18. I'm going to do just a few of the problems for you to get you started. Let's take a look at problem number 1. 2/5 and 35/50ths, and they want us to put it on a number line, but all of our possibilities are decimals. So I think we're going to have to make our number line a decimal number line, and we're going to have to convert these numbers into decimals to put them on the line. So I'm going to draw a number line up here, and I'm going to make it go from 0 to 1, and I'm going to put 10. I'm going to make it in 10 pieces. So here's where the middle is, and between 0 and the middle I'm going to have 4 marks. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, and I'll have 4 marks over here. So this is 0, this is 0.1, 0.2, and so forth. So on a number line, which decimal would you put between 2/5? Well, 2/5 is 4/10. So that is where 1, 2, 3, 4 tenths is. 2/5. Okay, so that's where we're starting. And any of these that fall to the left of that, we're not going to keep. 35/50ths. Well, that's a little more complicated, but if I multiply everything by 2, I get 35 over 50 is 70 over 100. Well, what is 70 over 100 if I cancel the zeros? 7/10. So here's 5/10, 6, 7. Here is 7/10. So all of our numbers have to be between these two marks. So is 0.2 okay? No, it's right here. Let me put it up here, 0.2. Is 0.32 okay? 0.32 is about there. Is 0.625 okay? Well, here's 0.5, 0.6, 0.625 is located right there, and it's between the two numbers. Is 0.7 okay? Well, 0.7 is his point, and 0.71 is just a teeny bit to the right of it, so that's no good. So the answer to this one is 0.625. That's the answer. Okay, let's 6.08 as a mixed number in simplest form. Well, supposing 6.08 equals 6 and 8 what? 100ths? Oh shoot, it's not drawing. There we go. Oh, forget it. 8 100ths, okay? 6 and 8 100ths is 6 and 8 100ths. But this isn't the simplest form. 8 over 100 could be turned to 4 over 50. which would be 2 over 25. So the answer to this one is 6 and 2/25. Write a decimal. This one is pretty easy. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 16 possible. And how many of them are shaded? 8, 9, 10. 10 out of 16 is not the simplest form. So I have to convert that, divide that, that's 5/8. So that's the fraction for number 4. To get the decimal, remember that every fraction is really a division problem. I divide 8 into 5 and add a couple of decimals. And if you carry out this division, you'll get the decimal equivalent here. These are all converted by writing them as 1 and say 24/100ths. Now how do I convert that to a simpler form? Well, I can say 12 over 50 or 6 over 25. So it's 1 and 6/25. All right, write each fraction as a mixed number. Each fraction or mixed number as a decimal. Okay, in order to do this one, we have to convert it to an improper fraction. 10 times 4 plus 9. That's 49. 49 divided by 10. 49/10. Now I can convert that to a decimal just by writing it out as 4.9. That was the easy one. Okay, let's try number 15. Okay, we have 4 numbers. Our number line is going to go from 0, because we have a 2/5, up to 2. So here's 1, and we can make it as tenths. So I'm going to put 0.5 and 1.5, and then I'm going to go 1 and 7/10. Well, that's going to be 1.567. So there's about 1 and 7/10. Okay, 1 and 1/4, 1, and here's a half, so 1/4 is going to be halfway. 1 and 1/4. 2/5. Well, that's going to be way down here somewhere. 2/5 is less than half, because 2 is less than half of 5. So I'm going to put 2/5 something like this. Okay, and finally 1.65. Well, here's 1, here's 1.5, here's about 1.6, and here's about 1.65. So the order is going to be 2/5, 1 1/4, 1.65, and 1 7/10. And then I'll leave it to you to answer the rest of them.